really, really great to meet you, Leah. You were fantastic in the film. Probably Sprite was one of my favorite characters.
Oh, thank you so much.
Her arc was just fantastic. Can you tell me a little bit about kind of the impact that she was dealing with from being physically kind of stuck in the body of a child for thousands of years?
Yeah, as you can imagine, that really brings a lot of trouble and emotions into a person having to deal with that for so many years. Um, I think that Sprite has a lot of layers and a lot of complexity that I had a lot of, I mean, it was interesting to explore in the movie, not being able to have relationships, having to move around every few years, not living among humans, but not being able to really be a human because she doesn't get respected as an adult. They treat her like a child because she looks like one. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely one of the more difficult issues that she had to deal with.
yes.
And Eternals is really, really different from any other Marvel film that we've seen. And it seems like a lot of that had to do with Chloe Zhao. Can you talk about the collaboration process with her?
I was really interested to see her take on the movie because, I saw the writer and well, no, Nomadland after filming, but she really brought a new light to it. She was very into having real sets, not being on green screen or in a soundstage very often. Everything was pretty much shot in real life on the beach or in the woods. I think that brought a lot of realism into it, and it was very helpful. I think the all-star casting and the really I mean, the people were really, really sweet. Everyone was great to work with, and it was really easy to bond with everyone and create that sort of family connection, which brought a lot of emotion into the project that I feel like is very different than any other Marvel movie.
Definitely. And can you talk about working with this cast? Because it's such a huge cast. And like you said, it's just all-star names attached.
Yeah, honestly, with any cast, I really am interested to see how everyone works going into set. I mean, you really get to know someone when you're on set with them for 10 plus hours a day for 6 months. You get to see how they work, how they are when they're tired, and things like that. And I mean, I have a lot of respect for all the actors. They really have good work ethic and really inspired me to do my best, to live up to that standard.
Definitely. And then Eternals is really a movie about love. You have familial, platonic, romantic, and unrequited. Can you talk about the kind of underlying theme of love throughout the film?
Yeah, I think it's sort of like what you would do for love, and would you choose love over loyalty, things like that. I think the relationships are so beautiful how they developed throughout filming. Some of them were very unexpected, some of them sort of just happened naturally on set, some of the friendships and the bonding, and I think people can really identify with it because it's a very human emotion. We are thousands of years old and we're not from Earth, but we sort of become more human, and you see that through the love in the film.
Definitely. And if you could have Sprite kind of team up with and go up against different MCU characters, which would be your pick?
I mean, I would love to team up with Loki. I love Tom Hiddleston. I think he does a brilliant job.
Definitely a good power set to team up with too.
Oh, yes.
How are the Eternals different from other Marvel teams we've seen, like the Guardians of the Galaxy or the Avengers?
Well, they sort of have a different mission in a way than all of the other earthly heroes, I guess you could say. They're loyal to Erishim, a celestial. They're not really, they their job isn't to save the earth in a way. They're loyal to someone else. They're 7,000 years old. They're older than any other superhero, and their sort of family bond is a little bit different. They're already a group. They didn't really become one over time.
Right, definitely. And some of my favorite relationships were like Sprite with Cersei and Icarus and Kingo. What was it like working with Gemma Chan, Richard Madden, and Kamal Nanjiani?
I was so excited to work with Richard. I mean, I loved him. I was probably most excited to meet him out of everyone, which is really funny. But I loved him in Cinderella. I got to be honest with you. I couldn't wait to meet him. I got over my being nervous because I met him during the screen test. So when we started filming, I was like a little bit more cool and collected. He was amazing. I mean, I wanted to talk to him all the time and get to know him. He's so sweet. Kumail's hilarious. We bantered constantly. I mean, we would always get our makeup and hair done next to each other. So we were always with each other in the mornings, and it was really fun to watch the way that all three of them worked. Gemma was really sweet. We did have a lot of fun. It was cool that her and Richard knew each other really well, and they were really sweet to me and got to know me well too.
Well, that's awesome. Like I said, just fantastic movie, and you were brilliant in it. I thought, like you said, the character is so layered, and that really, really came through in your performance.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking.